Good day, my name is Bill Harding and I'm the current chair of the Brantford Sports Council and also a recent elected director of the Community Sports Councils of Ontario.
So my name's Jay Allen. I was born and raised in Brantford, fourth generation. I've been an athlete my entire life, even now at almost 50.
My name is Sandra Gagne and I am from Brantford. I live here with my family, my husband and my 2 children. And I am the league administrator and registrar for Brantford Community Hockey League, BCHL, and I'm also the office manager for the Arnold Anderson Sport Fund.
Hi, I'm Isaac Shruka. I'm here to tell you about my experience with sports and the COVID-19 lockdown over the last 12 months.
And we're here today to update on a number of issues related to the pandemic. Part of the challenge is obviously helping through the pandemic and what else to look forward to, but return to sport in the future. And that's what we're planning on now. Everyone's looking forward to that. It will come eventually. Now's the time to plan and not sit back and just wait for the next thing to happen. We want to stay ahead of this and see this pandemic in the rearview mirror as soon as we can.
People forget that sports, regardless of their skill level, is important for their life skills. They learn discipline, they learn how to conflict resolution. They need to learn the face-to-face communication, how to work cohesively with their teammates, with their coaches, to take direction from other people, from their families.
My oldest son is 17 years of age, senior year of high school. I remember my senior year of high school. Senior year of football, senior year of rugby, senior prom, even graduation, and how much that has impacted my life moving forward. Not only just from my own high school, but all the guys that I got to compete against. These kids today didn't get that opportunity, and I think that that's a shame. You're never gonna get that time back. So to stay disciplined, to stay focused on your goals, like I look at some of the athletes that I knew that were very talented, aren't going to get an opportunity for a scholarship. Those are things that are going to move forward with these kids, and we don't know what's going to happen 24 months down the road with their own mental health. That's a bit of a concern.
For football, spring 2020 Bison season was canceled, and fall football for North Park Collegiate and all of high schools around Brantford was canceled. And for me, that affected me, well, not only me, but it affected many kids in grade 12 who were hoping to get a scholarship and move on to play youth sports.
So the Brantford Sports Council has been working very closely with all of the youth sport groups in our community and our members in walking through this pandemic and ensuring we have all the things in place that will make it a healthy and safety environment for all.
What I want to see with sports is that everything goes back to normal and everybody is safe. The most important part for me is I hope that everybody is able to get that same opportunity to achieve the goals that they want to get as everybody else before, pre-COVID.
My hope for the future is that we can work cohesively with other sports organizations and the government, the Ministry of Health, to develop the best practices. And if organizations work together, we can take those best practices and we can make the sport safe for the kids.
So the hope for the future is that we continue to build on the pyramid. The pyramid starts at the bottom, engaging children in new sports, giving them the opportunity to evaluate what sport they're interested in. And we need a strong pyramid to develop. And that pyramid will go in different levels throughout the development of the youth in their, I call it their sports career development. And they can do that at a number of levels. And the community offers that, but we've got to have a strong base. So our focus is to make sure we can engage as many of the youth into our community sports programs and support and work with all of our sports organizations in doing that.
I think it's very important that we get the kids out and back to some sort of normality as quickly as we can before we lose them completely. And I think it's important that the faster we can get the kids back to where they were, the better it is moving forward. And not just for the kids that are, my kids' age, but the kids that are coming after them. If we've set a precedence that it's okay to do nothing, we're going to be in big trouble.
So in closing, our hope for the future is that we get some return to play this coming season and through the end of 2021. That is huge in terms of the impact it has on our community. Obviously, the importance of sports to everybody that's impacted, and then how we maneuver through the minefield that we've had, and how we come out the other end being positive and developing our sports groups. So we want people to tell their story. And that story comes from the athletes, it comes from the coaches, the parents and families, and all of our community stakeholders. So the questions are, what do you miss most about sport? Or more importantly, what sport are you in? What do you miss about playing sports? What are some of the challenges that you've gone through? What does the future look like for you? What have you been doing during the COVID shutdowns? So those are important questions. So we've developed a virtual program that's being launched this week, which will talk to those issues. You can register online. You can there's no cost, and a chance to win some prizes and gifts that we're providing as well. And it allows you to tell your story. So you can address that. We've got questions for both the youth and coaches, the parents and families, and our community stakeholders. And we want to be able to do that to get your input to this, to engage the community, to tell us what this meant to you and what it looks like in your future, and the importance of all of this in our community.
I'd like to thank the Brantford Sports Council for the opportunity to speak on behalf of the kids.
To use this platform to communicate what you do, and also to get our message out there and why it is so important to give back to our community.
And hopefully in the very near future, we can get these kids back to doing the things that they love to do.